Hello viewers, today we're going to be taking a look at some vintage tools. This is going to be a long video series, one of many videos of vintage tools. I've inherited a lot of tools from my uncle, and he was a pretty handy person, and he's been around for a long time. So back when he was buying these tools, they were all made in America, really good quality, and there's many decades of tool accumulation that I have here. In fact, there's so many of them that I don't even have them all in this location. So it's going to be a long time before I get through all of them and show them all on video, but this will be the first installment. We got a whole box of them here. This is a Sears Toolbox. It's in really good condition still. Just to give an idea of how heavy this is, this may even max out this scale. Yep, so there's well over 50 pounds of tools in here. So I love tools. I have so many tools. This pegboard here doesn't even scratch the surface of how many tools I have. And anybody that likes to fix stuff will understand that. A lot of tools that I have, I may use twice over the course of my life, but those two jobs, can't do without them. So let's take a look and see what we have here. Of course, a fantastic toolbox. You can't get, these even lockable. You can't get quality boxes like this anymore. So as you can see, this is completely bursting full. Pretty big wrench here, a nice adjustable wrench. This is a 12-inch wrench, the Fuller brand. And this was made in Japan. I expect there to be very few made in China items in here, if any, because a lot of this is very old. Here's an old common screwdriver, wooden handle, some pliers, Japan. Razor blade, made in USA. This is the, does it say Hyde brand? Let's see, what is this? The grout coating pen, tile grout coating pen, made in USA. 5 for 5 so far. Here is a pointing thing, wooden handle. It's a pretty neat old tool. Screwdrivers. I suspect there is a set of screwdrivers that spans all of these boxes, so I'll have to match those up with something. It's a nice short screwdriver. This probably was one that you could, you store different bits in there. Wire cutters. Like, look at these are all metal. There's no plastic or rubber or anything on these things. These are like indestructible. And where are these made? Germany. This is a pretty serious screwdriver. USA. Six-inch American Crescent wrench. The screwdriver. Some needle nose. These look like they're a little bit newer, but still perfectly good. It's got the cutter in the top. Looks like they need to be slightly broken. Some neat old Craftsman pliers. Yeah, Craftsman used to make really good tools. I don't know if they still do. I tend to doubt it. They used to make really good tools. Gardner bender, voltage tester for AC voltage. Let's see if there's a battery in here. Not sure how this would be turned on or off. Well, there's definitely a battery because it still seems to want to work. It still works perfectly fine. It's an old light. This looks like what's it called? Not a neon, maybe? I can't think of what the term is now. Definitely not a stupid LED, I'll tell you that much. Not sure what this would have gone to. It's cloth cord, that's probably really old. A brass pull chain. I'm not going to put that back in the toolbox, I'm not going to do it. The screwdriver. Lots of good screwdrivers in here. Here's one of the ones that you can interchange the tips. Master Mechanic. I think that brand is still around. Stanley, American made screwdrivers. I actually have part of this set. I have its smaller brother here. I've seen this one in many videos. Screwdrivers, very small scissors, this is, I want to say this is a wire gauge thing. You know, you can put the wire through and it tells you what gauge it is. Yeah, there you go, wire gauge. So this shows you all the different gauges of wires. The objective would be, of course, there's always a scrap piece of wire floating around. Now there's none. You know, let's say you had a piece of wire. It's not this can't have that thing on the end, but ultimately you slide it through, and then the one that it fits through firmly, it would be that gauge. That's kind of a neat tool to have. Don't have one of those already. Some more wire cutters, these are a little bit smaller. More wire cutters, those look like a little bit newer. 1/2 inch, 9/16 wrench, 12-14 millimeters. Screwdriver. Grounding cheater, that can go somewhere else. Very strange box cutting knife. And the box cutter, I think this will replace this cheesy plastic one that I had, because this one of course is much better quality. Probably works a lot better too. It's a neat little screwdriver. More screwdrivers. I have it's the same brand, I guess it's another one. Punch. Another set of needle nose pliers. These look like they're pretty small in the end. That's nice. Screwdrivers. Tie wraps. Those can go somewhere else. Some wing nuts. I want to take everything out of here because that's just going to make a mess. This is, what is this called? I forget what this is called. But it goes in a drill, and you could make like a circular cuts out of things, and it's adjustable. What the heck is this thing called? Can't remember. This is not something I use very often, but it's always good to have. Interesting screwdriver. Pretty small set of pliers. These are inherently bound up, so we're going to have to free those up. Get those working again. Another small screwdriver. It's got a nice handle on it. Nice nicely finished wood. And some more screwdrivers. Pointing thing. Vintage light bulb. This is, I don't know what brand that is. It's kind of neat. Very small screwdriver. A couple of really good sized bits. Some very large. Another grounding cheater. Some wrenches, a couple of big washers. There's a lot of miscellaneous items in here. I don't want to pull everything out. It's going to take a long time to go through it. This is some kind of a wrench. Another set of pliers. These are made in England, and these are also kind of bound up, so I'll have to oil those. And I'll just do a sweep through here of all the miscellaneous items in the bottom here. A number of smaller screwdrivers, nuts and bolts, some small wrenches, a feeler gauge. It's going to have to be cleaned up, it's kind of rusty. This looks like a doorbell thing. Lots of neat stuff here, some more small light bulbs. It's like a halogen landscape light bulb. A couple springs. Another wrench. Alright, so that's that. Let's go into the bottom of the box and see what we have there. And of course it wouldn't be a video without smacking the tripod. Scraper blade. That's pretty old. That's kind of comical. Great American Marketing, made in China. Probably old enough to still be a decent quality. Hacksaw blade. Tin snips. Been needing a set of these. Small crescent wrench. Spackling knife. True Value. I think that's long, long gone in this area anyways. Made in USA. Just about everything here isn't made in China, which is great. Here's another American-made tool, a set of pliers. Could maybe crimpers too. It's an interesting angle, that could certainly be useful. And we have some vice grips of varying sizes. Could use some of these too, so that's another good find. 2 vice grips. Here we go. This is, oh man, this broke. Well, if I can get the part that goes up there, we'll have a good working knife. Some screws. There's another pretty serious screwdriver. Another one that matches the one I showed before. Let's see, what is this? Is this a... This is a ratcheting screwdriver, I guess? I don't know. Not really sure what this is. Oh, unless this is what... Maybe this is what these bits are for? Yeah, it's a ratcheting screwdriver, and that thing's no joke. These are some serious bits. Get some good leverage with this thing. Now the question is, there we go. Okay, so that's pretty neat. So that's what those bits go to. Solves that mystery. We have, is this I think a kind of a vice grip type thing. Another old screwdriver. Some wire that can go somewhere else. This is some kind of a cutting implement. Also made in America, Craftsman. Stanley power tape. It's a classic. Oh, this is cool. An old Sears metric set of Crescent wrenches. I've always liked these old cases. My grandfather had a lot of, he still does, has a lot of these wrench sets and stuff in these old cases. I don't think all these wrenches belong in there. I'm not going to sort through that in this video though. Well, I guess I got myself a good set of scissors. Oh my gosh, I've never seen such big scissors in my life. Made in USA. Oh, we're just going to chuck all these ones. Solves that problem. What else have we got here? Another screwdriver. Screwdriver with tape. Brand new paintbrush. Hammer. It's got some sticky junk on there, but looks like it's still working. And a couple of several folding yardsticks here. 3 of them. It's one big bit. A needle nose plier. A Craftsman's glass cutter with tungsten steel wheel. I'm actually not too sure what this one is. It was $8 somewhere. Not really too sure what this is either. Thread tape. Pretty big Craftsman pencil. Or carpenter's pencil rather, not Craftsman pencil. It's a cool adjustable wrench. Not sure what was originally in here, maybe some Allen keys or something. Some more screwdrivers, made in USA. This is a strange looking thing. I guess this is another ratcheting driver, but these are a little bit more reasonably sized. Wonder if we have the other part of this top somewhere in here. It's a very rusted adjustable wrench. That may just become a piece of scrap metal. That's really far going. Let's see here. Another wrench, adjustable wrench. Screwdrivers. We've got a few more interesting tools down here at the bottom. This, I'm also not too sure what this is. This is some kind of a wrench, it looks like. And another thing that I'm not exactly sure what it is. I know what this is. There's another wrench. It's a pretty serious screwdriver. Another feeler gauge, I think. Maybe. Oh no, that's not a feeler gauge. That's like some kind of a. I don't know what that's for. No, maybe it is a feeler gauge. It's got numbers on there. Yeah, I think we're gonna go. That's a feeler gauge. Here's a non-straight crescent wrench. It's kind of unusual. Glazier's points, made in USA. And we're getting towards the end here of things that are out of the ordinary. This is also kind of out of the ordinary. This is a pretty old grounding cheater, made in USA. A very large bit of some kind. I don't think this is supposed to be bent like that. Not really sure what that's used for, but it probably has a purpose. Long spring. A hook, some tape made in USA. Probably works better than the tape I have now. Some more tape. And this is another box cutter. These are really good. I like these. They cut very, very well. I'm going to use that. Let's see here, we got another wrench from England. What is this? Looks like a fishing line holder or something. Dispensing liter box. Alright, I think that's just about everything of interest here. Not entirely sure what this is. Some kind of a gauge, something to do with a wire probably. Oh, I know what this is. This may be a stripper. Maybe. Not too sure on that. couple more older wrenches in here. A nail puller. Got this, whatever that is. A few more vintage screwdrivers. This one needs to be fixed. It shouldn't be bent like that. A big socket here. And another old wrench. And let's see, we got some disconnects. Those are made in Taiwan. It's got a date of 1990 on there. A couple more miscellaneous items in here. I want to pull everything out. We're going to be here all night. But yeah, so that's that. Vintage Tools Part 1 of, I don't know how many. It's going to be quite a few parts. This scissors thing is really pretty comical, and I was getting irritated because I couldn't find any good scissors anywhere. I went to Habitat and there was none at Habitat. I went to the Goodwill and there was none at the Goodwill, and so I was just not able to find any scissors. But now I've got these, and these will probably cut through anything that I would ever want to cut with scissors. So I'm glad that problem is alleviated. So that's that. Vintage Tools number 1.